we're gonna do some just multi-feeding. We're gonna go through different sections. So like he's gonna practice some overheads and start just gonna kind of get moving a little bit, like the strokes. And then we're just gonna do some feeding at like pace, like some multi-session. So like interval training essentially, right?
Oh.
Like
okay.
this like his physical.
A little physical.
Yeah. Yeah, swing right through it. So I like doing like 3 sets for each kind of exercise at least.
Well,
So like move your body forward a little bit there.
I'm just going to ask if possible, technical rather than physical, okay? Because he's doing strength and conditioning for
Okay.
so we don't have to pile
He
on.
still has to do physical on court too though.
Absolutely, I'm just saying.
And he's not going to do that tomorrow. So don't come over it too much. Otherwise you go too steep there and then you make a lot of errors.
Just saying, okay?
Good. Okay, same idea. So like when you go from like this stage to this stage, you're really high, but then you tend to just do this. And then the bird's like you're coming way over top of it. So if you can get your arm like forward a little bit so you're on the way down and then hit it. You'd only be able to do that motion if the bird was like way behind you. So say like you were up closer and then I did this kind of thing. Now you might be able to do that because it's behind you. But like say you're back a little bit and then I hit it like here. Now you gotta be able to move forward somehow, or you move your arm forward, like because otherwise you're gonna be too far behind the bird, right? That's what I'm saying. You gotta be able to adjust. So you can do that motion, but it's gotta be appropriate to the shot. Did you again? You're gonna have to move up there. Good. It's like that one was deeper than the other one. So it's like you have to really adjust. Good, that was a good one. The issue isn't your hands, it isn't your position, it's this. This bone right here is the issue. Like when you go from here, like can you go in front of me here? When you go from here to here, how do you hit that down? Like this isn't conducive to hitting down. Like you can't, you'd have to almost like go backwards to do it, or you'd have to like somehow do this kind of thing. Like it's odd, right? So you can go from here, and then the thing that controls this is your shoulder, right? So if you go from like here to here, it's hard to hit down. You can hit level, like you could do this, right? But it would be hard to hit down. Like if you go from here to here, now this is set up like an arm circle. You could literally just go over it. Like I can come down now. So like for me, this feels really weird. This feels really easy. Like I'm able to get over the bird without doing anything, just by having this like up a little bit, almost like you have like so like not here. Yeah, there you go. Like that was lower, now you're like there, you can see that. Now you're over top, now you just go down on it, right? You can't hit down from a shot that's like lower. So it looks like you're trying to use your hands, but it's awkward because this isn't even set up properly. So then that's like you're going the chain from here to here, then this breaks the chain, and all of a sudden you're trying to compensate. Okay, not bad, but then bring that forward. Because otherwise you'll be like here, then you're back more. This is much more like forward than that one, right? This is like this much further back. And you just bring it forward. That's great. Do it again. Good, there you go. You know that other one you hit here? You hit it like that. Versus like the last one you hit like that. Don't go over it so much. Good. That's where sometimes you get too whippy and then you're actually over top of the bird. Heads the bird, right? And I hit like this. Am I too steep here?
No.
Oh yeah, that's like if I hit that from here, that's not going over the net. That's way too steep, right? But that's caused by this. If I did this versus this, what am I changing here? Yeah, but what's changing in that? Is it my wrist? Yeah, it's not my wrist, right? You're trying to change it with your wrist, but it's not actually your wrist. Like, you need to get your arm in the right spot to make sure you throw that angle. Like you're trying to get like you're trying to get over it, right? Like it feels like you're trying to get over it, but then this is just popping backwards, and then that puts you too steep kind of thing. Like you need to just be here. Don't overthink it. Just like here, through, and it's like you could literally do this with your eyes closed. Like I can hit that 100 times in a row. Good, that one looked better. Good. That feel better? Okay, it looks better. Nice. Good. So you're not hitting it as steep, but you're also hitting it over, so it's fine. Good, there you go. It's a little better. Good, nice shot. Good. This feels more like a throw now, right? And it's still quick, like you can still do that in a pretty quick time. Can you clear like that? Good, see it still feels like you're throwing, right? Good. Shot. Good. Do you feel that little flex? Yeah, okay, that's good. Make that flex the angle you want. That's like when you want to do that little snappy motion, you essentially want that. Like if I want to hit your feet and I'm here, I feel that little flex now. And I'm going that way, right? Good, there. That's your swing. You can do as much snap as you want as long as you have that. Good, that's all right. There, that was perfect. You notice that one you didn't do this? Like you will do this, but you're not trying to do that. You still want to hit square. You'll do it afterwards. Like when I hit this, I snap towards you. My racket ended up here, but I'm not trying to do that. That's just a natural motion, right? That's all right. Again. Good. Good shot. Good, like no thought process on that, right? That was perfect. Like you literally could not have hit that better. That was, you don't need to change that. You just need to copy that over and over. Good. Nice. Good, that's better. Hit it clear. Nice. Good. So like those feel pretty good. The big difference between what you're doing now and what you started with, is this can be complicated, so let me know if you don't understand this. So when you use your wrist before at the start, like when you did that little snappy motion, you were going up as you did that motion. So like if I did this. You see that? Like I'm going this way with my swing, but my hands are going like that, right? So it's almost like you're doing this to the bird, right? When you're doing those ones, you're going forward as you do it. So it's like you're going like that to the bird. Like if I do the two, it's like doing that kind of thing versus this kind of thing. Right? Like you see the first one's kind of like I'm going over it. So it's not that extreme, but that's kind of like what you were doing. Because your hands are going so fast, but they're also going up like at that same time, like that last, even if it's just like this much, like that much, that helps, like that makes it worse. Like that's gonna make you go over the bird. Plus like that puts you over it, but also like that'll put it down by itself, right? Like by you going higher, it puts it down. But also by doing this, you're also putting it down. So when you do both those things together, that's why it goes like into the net. Where if I just go like here, like I can feel that here. But I can also like, I could do this last second. Right? Like you don't have to do very much. You can literally just be here and then bam. Good. Okay, do a block here. Get ready and then go. Do it again. Get in position back there. Good. Nice shot. Good. Just make sure you adjust your speed if I hit there faster, like that. You go back faster. Good. Nice. Okay, so come over it a little bit. Good shot. That's a great shot. Good. So it still feels like you can use your hands, right? Like it feels similar. It's just like your pathing is so much better there. Okay, so get your shoulder in position here. Sorry. Try to get back to the middle a little bit. Good, that was a better one. That one you had, like from this phase to this phase, you were up enough that you could literally just carry it on, right? Rather than trying to go up as you do it. Good, and it'll happen as you turn your body. That's all right, but then go forward. So you were so worried about reaching there that you forgot to swing this way. And don't reverse it though. Hit right through it. Good, that's it. That little flex of the racket you should be able to feel. Good. All right, that's all right. Just in the middle a little bit. Nice, good one. Sorry. My fault, my fault. Just to get the feel for it. The hard part of that side is your body is going to be different. So like on this side, you have the luxury of kind of being like this all the time and doing this. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye strings. But like here, you might be like this, or like this, or like this. And so you have to adjust your hands. Like that's going there, I need to adjust. Like this has to match like your arm a little bit, right? So you have to have just like that. You're not thinking about it so much. It's just like your like spatial awareness. Like, you know what that means? Like knowing that like, oh, I'm facing this way, I got to pull the bird back a little bit. Try it. Hit it at the top of the jump. Good. Go, go, go. Okay, so that one's lower, you gotta hit it higher over. Like if I put this one in the doubles alley here, you gotta hit that one, yeah, it's gotta go a little flatter, right? Because it's out beside you. That's less high than this one. Good, so you'll know when this goes up, like yeah, I know I can hit steeper now, like I can go at your feet. Where like from here, I maybe can't go at your feet. Right, that's as low as I can go kind of thing. Good, that's it. That's right, don't reverse it though, because you're already pretty wide. Good shot, that was a great one. Good, makes you swing forward. Scissor. Good. Do you know what so proprioception means? Like knowing where your body is, like where your arm is, where your feet are, like understanding, like getting the feeling where your body is. That's like understanding, like where you're not understanding, but like getting the feel for where your body is, right? So like say you're back there and like you're out of position, your bird's like here. You don't need it to be like this hitting the bird. Like you're not going to be scissoring on that, right? Or like for example in this case, like sometimes when you scissor, you over rotate your hands and it goes that way, like you do this kind of thing. And now you're like facing that way based on where you're facing. If you were facing like here, you would probably hit straight, right? But if you're facing here, you would have to do that kind of thing. So matching this to what's happening here to make sure you hit like straight still. That's why you're missing those ones a little bit. So it's like you can do it the same each time, but that would mean you have to have the bird in the same spot every time. Unfortunately, when you go faster, the bird's not necessarily going to be in the same spot every time. So you're going to have to make like small adjustments again, right? Do another one here. Like that. It's a little different than that one. Good try. That was a good shot, actually. Okay, swing through it. Forward. Good. That was it. That was forward. Good. Good, not bad, not bad. That was a little better. Yeah, so even for me, like, think of it like it's a perspective, right? So like if I'm here, every time you hit a bird to me, I'm trying to hit the same spot, I'm trying to be accurate. But sometimes I'll hit like this, and then sometimes I'll be hitting like that, and sometimes I'll hit like here. Like this one I have to pull back. So I just have to know where I am roughly so I can kind of aim that spot. Like it's a little different every time. You just have to kind of know where you are. Once you get that, it becomes a little bit easier. Maybe do you feel like you're too far? Or like, so when you go to do that, you're moving really well, like you're getting there, and your arm is really, really high, but you're so far and the bird's in front of you that you're going like too steep again. Like if your arm is way up here, you should have the arm, like you should have the bird like above your head. Like it should be like right there, right? You don't want it here. But if you go from like here and you're behind the bird, now it's okay to put your arm like there, because that's where the bird's gonna be. So you could technically, like there's a window, there's a range, like you want to smash here, that's like your ideal spot. But if you were smashing from like up here, you'd be hitting it like there, right? Because you can hit like, I'd be hitting like here, versus here, now I'm hitting like there, versus here, maybe I'm hitting there. So that's like my perfect spot, but I can always be off a little bit, like here or there, and it's not the end of the world. Like I can still hit this I can still hit over, right? So it's not perfect spot, but it's in an okay spot. So for you, when you go back to there, you're way up here, your arm's really, really high, but the bird's like in front of you. So now when you go to do this, where your hands are happening don't match. Like you need to put your hand, like, you know that like the release, when you release, that release should happen right where the bird is. And it should be going exactly that angle when you release it. So like, that's how I feel it. Like if I'm here and I go to aim for your shoes, say the bird's here, I want to do that release, like that with the whip or whatever, right? Whatever you want to call it, right where the bird is, like right in that spot. Right? That's how I do it. I don't know if that works for you or not, but sometimes your release is behind that point. Right? So like if I'm like here, my release is behind that, right? So it's just like putting that right in the right spot. Good. So like that one you moved pretty well, you were behind it. And so you did a good job like moving, like doing this to get in the right spot, right? Nice. That's it. Nice shot. Put your arm forward. Good. You see, like that one was different. I hit it shorter, so then you don't want to be here. You want to be like there. Good. Nice. Good shot. Good. And that can be a really good shot, especially because I'm getting it kind of behind you, right? So then from my perspective, like, I think you're going to clear. Or like that's a really good strong position for you to clear, right? Like a defensive clear. So then I kind of go like here. Like I get you on that in games, right? Or I'll be here and then all of a sudden I just put it down. And you're kind of like you're on your heels because you're expecting me to clear, right? But it's just getting that little bit of like over top of it, hitting it here.